Hello, all. How are you all doing? Welcome to the cooking stream for tonight's nightly cooking stream. Tonight we are going to be cooking. Okay, so I'm thinking I have a lot of vegetables left over, and I kind of want to be healthier anyhow and cook vegetables. So we're gonna do vegetables and pasta. And I have been really liking a couple things. I like the rice pilaf I did the other day, but I really do like this bow tie pasta. I've had this quite a bit. So I'm going to make this, and then I'm also going to make it with that, put that ragu sauce on. I actually really like this sauce, so because it takes so long for this cook, I think we'll get this started just because you know how it was the last time that I've been cooking pasta, just it takes forever. So let's take this off. And let's go ahead and start to fill the pot with water. That's enough water. So where's my salt? Do I need salt? Put a drop of olive oil. Pour. Let me put a drop of olive oil in. I need to find my salt. Give me 1 second while I get my salt. Where my salt is. I found it. I found salt. I have found salt. Okay, so supposed to put salt in because that helps with the pasta not sticking. Apparently, this is true. Let me put this over here. Turn this on to like a medium temperature, and let's just start putting pasta in. Put in like half the box. I think that should be enough. So let's now just stir it around a little. So now we need to start to cut some vegetables. Hello all. We are cooking vegetables. That reminds me, years ago, there used to be like this show where vegetables would sing. Yeah, I'm not even joking. It was at Disney, and it was, I don't know if any of you know this, but it was in Epcot, and it was in the place called The Land, which is like an area where people eat. But there's like a bunch of rides in there, And now you have like a well-known ride in there like called Soarin', which is like it's like a ride where you like it looks like you're flying. And there used to be a show there with vegetables, and they used to sing. It was cool. Yeah, they had a lot of like, especially with Epcot and Disney, they had a lot of like educational type stuff years ago, and I think just like people wanted to see more like non-educational rides, kind of. So I liked it. They were cute. They used to sing. Onion. I've been sort of eating healthier. I mean, like these meals that I'm making are healthy, but I've also been eating non-healthy. So like I've been eating nachos lately. I like nachos. They are good. They're tasty. And I've been eating a lot of candy lately. But candy is really it's good. It tastes good. So I have to eat it. And I've been eating it all day long. It's just like a good thing when I don't buy candy. Because if I don't buy it, then I don't have it, and then I can't eat it, basically. So, but, you know, it happens. You get candy, and then you have to eat the candy. Okie dokie. I dropped the vegetable. It's okay. It'll be cooked. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Disney Plus lately. It's funny how I've started watching this show, The Mandalorian, and I've seen all the episodes up to date. But you know, I have actually never watched all of the Star Wars movies, so I find that pretty funny that I'm starting with The Mandalorian, and people are saying like I kind of need to watch, even though I kind of like can piece it together. Like I do need to watch like the actual Star Wars movie, so that way I know like what references they are making. So I probably should do that. I've seen a total of 3 of them. One a long time ago, and I have no idea which one that was. And then I've seen 2 of the newer ones, but I'm pretty sure Disney Plus has all of them because like that's like their something that they're really big on now, like Star Wars Galaxy Land and everything. But I need to watch all of them from the beginning. And I don't know if they're in order. You know how like movies like Marvel and stuff like that, like it's not always in order. So I'm hoping they're in order. So like I'm just gonna watch them in order that they came out. So I'm gonna watch them in order that they came out. But I also like I'm wondering if the movie itself is in order. Probably not. Like I feel like all these movies, like I feel like whenever like a movie comes out, like a sequel or something, it's like information that happened before and like nothing is in order. I think all I could do is like watch them from the beginning to like as they came out to the newest ones, and then I guess I could always like rewatch it if I'm confused as to what's happening in these movies. But like today in itself, I was watching a streamer and he was talking about how apparently there's more than one Yoda. I didn't know that. There was a girl Yoda. It's like, what? I think he was even saying there were 3 Yodas. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, I thought there was only one Yoda. It's like, so I am so confused on like what is happening in terms of like Star Wars knowledge. So now I kind of want to understand. There was like, apparently there was like a girl Yoda and like, I don't know like what movie that was in, but like I saw it and I was like, oh, this kind of looks like I'm watching the Muppets. That's kind of what it looked like. It was like, oh, this is Star Wars. Like it's like, boy, the movies have come far. You know, you could imagine if like those were the movies like today of Star Wars. Like envision people going to the movie theater today and like watching like what looks like Star Wars years ago. People watch it today because they're fans. It's like, like you're a big fan of Star Wars, but like if that was like the quality like then to today, I don't think anyone would watch that unless you were like really into like that type of vintage film, but like I would like to know what's happening because I don't know. Like I've heard like different streamers and like they were talking about that character. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, Ahsoka or something like that. And I had heard that name before in a prior like I was watching someone's stream and I'm like, what is that? So then all of a sudden, like I saw that character in this last episode I watched of The Mandalorian. I was like, oh, so it's like a girl. She's a Jedi. I kind of understand now. So like, I don't know. Like, I didn't understand. And I guess if I'm gonna get into like watching a show, I should probably like actually understand the characters and like where they come from. It'll just make more sense and like the references that you hear in different shows, like oh, go to this planet or because of this. It's like, well, I have no idea what's happening, so I'm really confused. But I don't know. So I want to watch. Luckily, there's not like a huge like. There's a lot of Star Wars movies, but luckily it's not like 30 movies or something like that. Because if there were like 30 movies, I'd be like, how am I gonna watch this? I'm not sure how many of them there are. I'm guessing there's like no more than 10. I have no idea, honestly, how many there are. I'm guessing no more than 10. So even if I watched, one a day or within 2 days, watch one, I'll get through it and I'll watch it. I'm probably like making so many Star Wars fans mad right now. Like I'll get through it. It's like, it's that painful for you to watch Star Wars. Well, like the last couple ones were good. Like I enjoyed the last ones. And I know like for a lot of Star Wars fans, they did not like the last ones. They thought like the interaction between like I think the girl's character, his name is Rey, and the Darth Vader dude was weird or something. Like I don't know. Like people were talking about like they didn't like a lot of like the different like storyline of the last couple Star Wars movies was just like odd. So I don't know. It's funny how I prefer the later movies just because I'm not like a huge like I like vintage films. I was just talking about that like in vintage elements to them, but I don't feel like I love the way the Star Wars films were filmed, the original ones. They were just like they have a comedic element to them. Like they're supposed to be funny, but they're like kind of ridiculous at times too. And I think that's like in a sense what Star Wars is known for. I was hearing like a director's cut where they were talking about that, and they were explaining that they were like it's a serious like storyline and like stuff happens in the show, but it's like at the same time it's like a funny movie because it's got like a lot of comedic moments to it. So I guess that makes sense. But point is I need to watch all of the movies so I understand what's happening. The last time I turned on the first one, the first Star Wars movie, I think it's called New Hope or something like that. It's like the first ever Star Wars movie from the 70s. Like I lasted in that movie, I want to say like I watched 10 minutes. Like they were still on the ship. That's like the opening scene. And I didn't really last watching that very long. I don't know. I will give it another chance. And then they were talking about, which was kind of, it was cool, but it was weird also. And a lot of people had like weird feelings on this. This was like the discussion how in the later movies, they were using like CGI technology to bring back actors that are like have passed, like old time actors that were in the original Star Wars movies and who passed, and they like regenerated their image to like be in the new Star Wars movie. So like basically these characters made like a cameo in a movie that they shouldn't be in, So that's a little weird. It's like
cool and it's interesting, but it's also a little weird. And I feel like that was like the consensus of the articles I was reading about it. I think a lot of people felt it was kind of odd, cool. But I feel like there was like still like this like consensus where everyone was like, this is a little odd. So I don't know. Because like when I was watching some of those characters, I was like looking at their features, and I was saying to myself, something like doesn't look quite like right about them. Like they almost look like almost like a video game, like they're not quite there. So that's when I went and I Googled it, and I was like, are some of these characters like in the movie not there? Like how does that work? And that's when they explained that a lot of the characters in the movie were like this CGI reenactment of characters from the past. It was like, oh, this is a little strange. I don't know how I feel about this, but interesting from like a technology point of view, but I don't know, it's a little weird. The other thing I've watched recently is I watched both of the Hobbit movies from Lord of the Rings, and then I watched the entire Lord of the Rings movie. So I watched the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, and I watched the 2 Hobbit movies, which is kind of like the build up to the Lord of the Rings. But is it? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they're all kind of connected. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so they were cool. I've also read the books. I read the Hobbit books and I read the Lord of the Rings books. And I mean, the Lord of the Rings books is really dense. Like it's really, 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 really dense. Like it will take you a long time to read it. Like it'll probably take you 2 months, I feel, to read the entire Lord of the Rings books, where you're actually like reading it and understanding what you're reading. The movies do a pretty good job. It's like kind of like a condensed, obviously, because there's obviously going to be so much more detail in the books than the movies. The Hobbit I liked. I liked the Hobbit movies don't really like completely follow the books, but I like them too. I don't know. It's been cool, some of it, so I'm just cooking some pasta here. The other thing, like I kind of like, it's weird how like a lot of shows and movies like I've never watched, I all of a sudden have like a desire to catch up and watch all of these shows that I have not watched before. Like I was talking about my other stream, I started watching The Simpsons, and I have seen episodes of The Simpsons over the years. Hi Dolores, how are you? How are you this evening? Glad to have you back. I am just cooking. I've never left my house. It's sad. I went from doing art, and then after I made art, what did I do? I may have ate something. I think I went and ate something, and I had a hot chocolate because my allergies were like weird. So then I realized it's time to cook dinner. So something I don't know if you've ever seen one of my streams before. So hi Faizan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Hi Faizan, how are you? I'm glad, Dolores, you are doing well. Yeah, so something I don't know if you guys know is like I can't cook at all. When I mean I can't cook, I mean I can't cook like at all. Like I'm a fire hazard. So the last time I literally cooked before I started doing these cooking streams was back in high school, and I took a cooking class because I thought it was going to be easy and an easy A, and it wasn't. It was like the hardest class ever. So like it's not always what you think. I'm glad you're doing well, Faizan. So I took cooking in high school. I thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't. And everyone had the same idea. It's like, oh, we're going to make cookies. It'll be fine. The teacher will make the cookies and we get to eat them. Not quite. So I don't know. She just had really complicated recipes that were kind of like way beyond our ability, kind of. And she had us like make, it was like a stir fry or something like that, like with like vegetables and chicken. And I remember like they asked me to open the vegetables, and like when I was opening it, like I like popped it like that, and then like I hit the steam, and the steam went in the air, and I don't know. After that, they didn't let me cook anymore. They said I was kind of like a scary chef, and at that point, they put me on cleanup duty, and they said I could clean the dishes after I cooked, after they cooked, and I don't know. Like after that, I kind of like became like I can't cook. I don't want to do this. So I think they were yeah, it was a negative experience. So what's interesting about these cooking streams is that I'm actually starting to cook. Like you're saying to yourself, like, what can I do at home? You know, for a lot of reasons, like creative purposes, YouTube. Also, I'm spending a lot more time at home right now. So because of the pandemic, so I'm saying to myself, you know, what can I do as far as like things? So I was like, oh, I should try cooking, and like well, I think my first live stream was cooking, and what was interesting was I was more scared about cooking than I was about turning on the camera for a live stream because it was like terrifying doing it. My neighbors are extremely loud, and I think they're crazy, you know. But I don't know. They make really loud noise all the time. And then I live near the water, so like I hear music that's really loud at all times of the night, basically. I live in Florida, so I live in South Florida. So this is Miami. So like if you have the state of Florida, we are all the way at the bottom, which is Miami. We're like 4 hours away from Orlando. Like for me, it's probably like 7 hours because I stop at every rest stop. But for a normal person, it's about 4 hours away from Orlando. For me, I need to stop every rest stop because what you should stop every rest stop and go to the bathroom. Why? Because there could be a traffic jam, and then you may not be able to go. So that way, you can stop at every rest stop and be good to go. So and you also can eat at every rest stop or eat a snack. So why not? So for me, it takes like 7 hours to get to Orlando because I stop every minute. And with those rest stops, it takes like 20 minutes to get in and out of them. Basically, find this parking spot. So yeah, you can do the math. It'll end up being like 7 hours. For a normal person that doesn't need to do that, it doesn't take as long. So yeah, I'm learning to cook. I've just been getting into like doing a lot of things that are generally good for you, like cooking can be fun to learn how to do. First of all, you save a lot of money because you're not eating out as much, and you learn how to cook, and you learn how to like do things for yourself. So I mean that's like it's kind of like a good feeling to know that you can cook and like do things for yourself. So that I can show myself I'm not the hazard that I thought I was, and learn how to cook basically. So oops, I just dropped a piece. I will wash it off, and then I will cook it because I don't care. Okay, so learning how to cook. I've been doing art streams. So I've been doing art streams, cooking. What else have I been doing? I've been doing vlogs like on fashion and things like that. I'll try to do some more of those, like product reviews, food reviews, all that stuff. What else? I don't have the ability right now. I mean, I could, but I would look crazy, like bring my computer to the beach, But I would like when I get 1,000 subs, then I will have the ability to stream from my phone. And at that point, I will start to bring you guys out for like live streams. We can take a walk in Miami. We can walk around different places in Miami. I was looking up, what's open right now because of the pandemic. We have the zoo here, and we have what else do we have? We have the zoo. We have something called Parrot Jungle Island, which is kind of like a zoo, but it's only parrots. We have the Seaquarium. I always burp when I cook. It makes no sense. It's like a reaction that I have when I cook. Every time I cook, I burp. Um, yeah, there's a lot of options. And then I also feel like by the time, like, I don't know how long it'll take to get 1,000 subs, but like, also, I feel that hopefully things will start to open up better, where I can actually go places. I mean, something I was actually thinking of doing was going up to Disney and like streaming up there, because right now Disney is open. And some of you get confused a lot of times. Like I've seen a lot of people get confused. Like Disneyland in Orlando is closed. Disney World in Florida is open. So Disney World in Florida has been open. Disney World in Orlando has been open for months. So, and they actually got the okay from the state to open at full capacity, which is a little crazy, like to imagine the crowds. Like, if you look at photos online of what the crowds look like at Disney, like last Christmas and like New Year's, it was like so crowded that you could not move. Like, literally, you're like this with people. So, it's like, I don't think they're going to get to that point. Like, I think supposedly they're only at like 35% capacity, but technically they are allowed to do that. Like, they are allowed to like be at full capacity, which was always too crowded to begin with for the holidays. I mean, Disney during the holidays, in normal times, like if you weren't at the park by 10, 11 in the morning for the holidays, the park had already reached full capacity. So like at 10, 11 in the morning, if you were not like, okay, I know I want to go to the Magic Kingdom today and I want to be here throughout the night, you had to be there 9, 10 in the morning to make sure that you could get into the park. Because and I have done that before. Like I have been there during that time period and it was crazy. I mean, it was so crowded. It was an experience. Like it's fun and it's interesting. But if you're looking for a trip at Disney where you're actually going to relax and not be like, there's so many people that I can't get on a ride and I can't do anything, then I wouldn't recommend in general going during the holidays. But like people are even during the holidays at Disney, people are even, I would say, generally nicer. Honestly, like I remember staying at a hotel there and they were super nice. What's cooking? I'm trying to cook turkey right now. Welcome. How are you? Good to have you here in the chat. You're cooking turkey. I am cooking pasta. I'm cooking this pasta. And I'm cooking vegetables. And this box totally lies because if you're cooking, maybe you know this. It says it cooks in 12 minutes. That's a total lie. It cooks in like 40 minutes. So I don't know what that's about, but it cooks in like 40 minutes. They definitely lie. So we're just cooking the pasta. I guess I should check on this and see how it's doing because it's definitely been over that amount of time. So let's see how this is doing. I know, right? Why would you say on the box that it's going to take 12 minutes when you know it's going to be at least 40 minutes? Like, why, like, at least lie a little bit, like, seriously, 12 minutes? It's like, did you mean like 120 minutes? Like, it's not cooking. It's like, and it's not me. Like, I have the heat on. Like, okay, so I'm going to check it now. It's a little hot. It's bubbling. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. You can see the smoke, yeah. I think it's actually cooking a little bit better today, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Seriously, I've had the same amount of heat on, which is like kind of at like a medium heat. I did put a little bit more salt in, but I don't think that salt would be the reason that the pasta would cook or not cook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to check it now. I mean, it looks cooked. I felt like it was a tiny drop like sticky, kind of. At least it won't take as long as this turkey. True. Especially if you're actually, I mean, like, oh, wow. So you're, like, actually cooking a turkey. Like, that sounds very ambitious. I could not do that. I have turkey hot dogs in the fridge. I have turkey hot dogs. I've never tried a turkey. That sounds way too ambitious. This is like literally my first times cooking, like the last like week or so. Well, let me know how that goes. Yeah, this is like literally my first times cooking. First times? That's such bad grammar. I have been cooking for like 2 weeks, and I've never cooked before in a day in my life. And we've made a lot of progress. I've cooked pasta. I've cooked spaghetti. I've cooked rice pilaf, couscous. That didn't come out good. I've cooked quinoa. I've cooked vegetables, salmon, chicken, and shrimp. That is what I have cooked. In various combinations. Sometimes all together. Okay, so I feel like this is pretty much done, hopefully. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so. Well, you are very ambitious for your cooking. I could not do that at all. It would be like one of those like holiday movies, like where you see like the turkey like explode, and you're like, why did I even attempt this? Yeah, I don't think that I should attempt turkey right now. Anything that requires like me having to like cook for an extended period of time is not probably going to go well for me. Oh, I've also made ice cream, and by made ice cream, I mean I took the ice cream out, I put the scoops in, I chopped up chocolate, and I put syrup on it, and whipped cream and strawberries. So I made ice cream. I made an ice cream sundae. Very, very talented. Super talented. Okay, so now I'm going to do like the hardest part ever, which really frightens me every time I do this, which is having to lift this pot that is super heavy and get it into this thing here to like strain the water out. So I'm going to now use all my muscle to do this. Oops. I hate doing this part. Heavy, 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 heavy. I literally hate doing that part. Like seriously, that's like the worst thing ever. Winner. Where are you from? What states are you from? I know Dolores, I think, said she's from North Carolina. Where are you guys from? What time is it where you are? Okay, so this is the pasta. Cooling. Okay. Now I need to cut up garlic. But okay. What garlic do I want? I really like garlic. I know that's kind of gross to say, but I do. So I cut it over here. It's okay. I think one of the reasons I'm a little bit more hyper is that I ate an entire party size bag of Skittles. And I don't think you're supposed to eat an entire party bag size of Skittles. That's why it's called a party size. But I ate it because I wanted it. And it tastes good. So, you know, it's kind of like when you eat Doritos. If they didn't want you to eat the entire bag, maybe they should not have made them taste good. You know, so it's their fault. Yeah, I think it's their fault. Okay. So I'm cutting up the garlic. Cutting garlic. in the garlic. Ooh, okay, that works. I need that piece anyhow. Okay, so I've got my garlic all cut up. So I'm just gonna put the garlic here. I'm doing good, Dolores. How are you doing? I just cut up a lot of garlic, probably way too much garlic. Garlic is actually really good for you. Like it's really good for your skin and stuff. I want a piece of garlic. I like garlic. I don't even mind how spicy it is. I like it. So I got that's a little spicy. That's garlic. Okay. So now I just think I just put garlic in my head. Oh my god, it's so spicy. I need water. Okay. So now what do I need to do? I need to get I guess we should make these also. These are olives. They smell good still, but like I have a lot of like vegetables that like need to be cooked because like I feel like they're gonna go bad. Like so now, just like cut these up too, I guess. I hope this was done. I don't know. Did I rush this? I think it's okay. So where'd my knife go? Here it is. So I'm just like cutting up some olives here. I'll eat an olive. I like olives. Put this over here. I'm basically making a big plate of vegetables right now. And then we're going to cook them. So far I'll show you what I got. I've got this plate of vegetables. So I've got squash, mushroom, onion, asparagus, olives, and garlic. So I have a lot of vegetables cut up. Okay, so what else do I need? I have this pepper. Might as well cut it, right? By the way, the Artland that I paint on is literally right there. I can show you. Do you want to see Artland? Okay, where we do our art is right there. Wasn't that nice? So now we are in the kitchen, cutting up the pepper. Oopsie daisy. I'm like one of these people that eats as I go. Okay, so I'm like just trying to cut up the pepper. Not the easiest thing to cut. Take that, put it on the vegetable platter here. So, what do I need? What do I need? I need to put this over here. To put that over there. I'm trying to organize it. This is empty. This is a tomato that I forgot about, and I think it's gone to a better place. But we can try to eat it too. Okay, where is the lid for everything? I am so disorganized. This is why I could never cook a turkey. I have no idea what that's doing. Okay. Butter. Have olive oil. Just cleaning up all this stuff we don't need. We don't need this stuff. People don't eat that part of the asparagus. Okay. What do I need? I need olive oil. That's what I need. Apparently, you cook vegetables in olive oil. I did not know that. I almost left on the floor. Okay, so now I put that over there. Now, why the floor is so slippery? Okay. Now I also need butter. When I was in high school, I'll tell you the story in 1 second here. Let me just turn this on. So, when I was in school, there was this really disgusting food option in the food court, and what was even weirder about it is like it was available like as soon as you got to the school. If you got to the school early and it was the morning, like I think a lot of schools serve breakfast, but like this was also available in the morning because you would want this in the morning. It was called butter on a stick. That is correct. Butter on a stick. I am not joking. So they served butter on a stick. Butter on a stick was literally, I think it was a hot dog bun, and the hot dog bun was on like a stick, and then the hot dog bun on the stick was like deep fried in butter. So the hot dog bun would absorb all of the butter, and it would it would become butter on a stick. So it was a breadstick, not a breadstick, a hot dog bun that was on a stick, and it would soak up all the butter until it soaked up enough butter that you would name it butter on a stick. It was really gross, and people bought this. And then I was trying to make sure my memory was correct, and I was like, did they really serve that? So I went online and I Googled it, and they did. And this is a real thing called butter on a stick. Yes, that is very disturbing. I don't know why. First of all, why did people want that is the first question. I never tried it. So you're going on like this assumption like maybe it tasted good, you know? So, but you're eating fried butter. That is what you are eating. You're not eating like real food. You're eating a hot dog bun that has soaked up so much butter that you are now naming this thing butter on a stick. And it's like, why would you get that? And then the second question would be, why would a school that's supposed to like want you to be healthy want their students to be eating butter on a stick? Does that even make sense? It's like we want like our kids to eat healthy. It's like then why are you serving them butter on a stick? Hence the fact that it was named butter on a stick. Went to a very weird school. They all had a lot of like weird eating habits too. Like it was a very strange school. Seriously, like it was not a very healthy school. I think like they actually frowned upon people who wanted to eat healthy. Like it was very strange. Like I remember like I had this class and it was super early. It was like one of those classes that was like at like 7:30 in the morning, like a homeroom type of thing. Like when you're there for like 30 minutes or something like that. And we had it like where you would bring food. Like each person would take a turn bringing food, and the food that people were bringing was just really bizarre. And like it wasn't like, hey, go bring in some bagels or go bring in like I don't know, like a morning croissant. I don't know, something that you could actually tolerate. Also, like, why were you having like students like spend their money and bring food in? That just like seems like wrong. Like putting students into that position, like of like what if I can't afford to bring in like enough like bagels or something for people, or the parents can't afford that? It was like why would you? We had a really small class, but still, it was only like 9 people in the class, but still, like, why would you put students in that position where it's like, I have to bring in all this food and yeah. So I think when it was my turn, I brought in like something like I really don't remember, but I probably brought in like bagels or something, and other people, and it like maybe if it was a different time of the day, like in the afternoon, like for lunch, but other people were bringing in. I remember like cookie cakes were really popular back then. They still are, but like what was it called? Like Mrs. Fields cookies. So this like one girl, she brought in a cookie cake, like the one that's like a cake and it's like a cookie, and like it was like stuffed with like fudge and like it wasn't like obviously you wouldn't want to like later in the afternoon maybe, but like 7:30 in the morning. I don't think I want this, and it's like just woke up. I don't want cookie cake thing, and like the teacher like got mad at me. I remember that. Like, why don't you want the cookie cake? You're being really rude and insulting her. And it's like, it's 7:30 in the morning. I don't want a cookie cake that's filled with fudge. And I'm like, I'll try to take it with me, but I don't want a cookie cake at 7:30 in the morning. I don't even know why. Like you would think she would have us like come back, like knock on her door or something, and like come back during lunch or something. That way you can actually enjoy it. It's like, but why were you like expecting us to eat this at 7:30 in the morning? It's like I don't know. She was a strange one. So yeah, I am just cooking vegetables. Okay. I need to. So this is the pasta. Isn't it pretty? Okay, it's gonna go over here. Okay, so I need to like just rinse this off since I didn't work with any like, chicken or anything like that. I don't need to like actually wash it because I don't have to worry that it was like not cooked. So I'm just gonna like wipe this off. You like my new coffee machine? Can you see it? It's red. It's pretty. It reminds me of the movie Cars because it says nostalgia electric something. But like the way it's like, like written, like it looks like the movie Cars. I had a coffee maker before. It didn't really work. It was probably a fire hazard, so I had to get a new. Oh my god! It almost went on the floor. A new coffee machine. Why is it all sticking together? Like, oh well. Good enough. Okay, so now it probably shouldn't be sticking to each other. Like, look at that. Like, it's like. Oh, I think I did something wrong. I was gonna mix the. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in here. Maybe I need to like separate it. That's making it worse. I need, first of all, I think the vegetables are done. I'm getting so distracted. So I think this is done. Turn it off. Okay, so now I want to get the vegetables into this bowl. Okay. Candy and me are an interesting combination. Hyperness, voices, like making like funny voices. At least I think they're funny. But at least I'm cooking healthy now. That's hot. I'm concentrating on the vegetables. That's why I'm not talking. This requires precision, people. Precision. You cannot scoop the vegetables in an imprecise manner. So I am just trying to get them out. Good enough. We put that over there now. I'll let this drip all over the place. It's okay. Now the vegetables are cooling. Oh, I'm in really good shape. I'm like, where is my bowl? I only see the pasta. There it is. Okay. So now we're going to take this ragu sauce right here. Ragu white sauce. I don't know if it's the same thing as penne sauce. It's probably not. But it tastes good. We're just going to put some of that on there like that. And we're going to cap up the rest. Put it over here. Now we're going to take our handy dandy fork. And we're going to start to stir the sauce around. Smells good. Stir the sauce. Sauce is looking good. Okay, now we're going to put this on here. It's funny how I almost dumped all the pasta onto the floor. That would have been special. What's funny is, one day I was doing a cooking stream, and like about 5 minutes after the cooking stream was over, I did dump it all on the floor. But luckily, I wasn't filming and you didn't see, so now I'm just telling you about how that happened. So this is the on the plate. Okay, so this is the pasta with the sauce. Put this over here. I'm gonna bend this back over here like this. I should have candy more often. It makes my personality funny. It's probably also the immense amount of candy I had. Like, a lot of candy. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I don't know, like 20 handfuls of candy. That's a lot of candy. Okay, so. Then I had a hot chocolate, which also had sugar. And then I had a Reese's, which also had sugar. And I had some Oreo white vanilla cookies, which also had sugar. So I had a lot of sugar. But now I'm having like healthy pasta and vegetables, so it'll help like tone it all down. It's all good. Okay. So here's the vegetables. It looks very colorful. Hold on. I just spilled a ton of vegetable juice in front of the computer. Luckily, not on the computer, but in front of the computer. Why did I just do that? Because I was showing you the vegetables and then I spilled it. It's okay. It's okay. All is okay. Okay, so let's try that again, shall we? Okay, so we got the vegetables. We have the asparagus, mushroom, onion, olives, squash, and garlic, which I love. I love garlic, and I'm not going out anyhow, so it's okay if I got stinky breath. It's all good. Okay, so I got the pasta here, so now I'm going to try the pasta. This is what it looks like with the sauce on it. I think it came out pretty good. Now I'm going to try the vegetables. So now I have to try to get each item of vegetable on this fork. What am I missing? I'm missing. Oh, there's also pepper in here. I need a piece of squash. I need a piece of garlic. That way I have everything on the fork. I think it tastes pretty good. It's my opinion. That tastes good. So. I'll just clean the ton of drop here. So I know what I'm doing. So I feel disorganized. And I'll throw out this asparagus and onion. What do I need now? I need to put this olive oil over here. I have leftover pasta there. This is leftover butter. Put the butter in the fridge. I cannot put it in the fridge because my cord is further the fridge, and if I open that, then the computer will fall. That is okay because I did not do that. Now I'm just gonna clean this plate so I got an extra plate. Now I'm also gonna dry this off. You like my Buzz Lightyear plate? I have other plates, I do, but this is my favorite plate. This is from the some section in Publix, which is called it's a supermarket. I like it. It's my favorite plate. So now I have the vegetables and the pasta, which I think I will keep separate because I feel like if I put the vegetables on it, it's going to taste weird. So the last thing I will show you during this stream is something super cool, but I want to dry my hands real quick. I'm gonna show you something really cool. Oh, before we get to the really cool, I will show you the backpack. We have been working on the backpack. The backpack is coming out really cool. At least I think it is. So we've been working on painting this backpack. Get it in the light. So we painted Stitch and the child, also known as Baby Yoda, also known as Gorgu. Yeah, so we're painting Stitch and Gorgu here on this backpack. We do our painting streams every day, sometime during the day. I think I'm going to come on tomorrow around 1 p.m. tomorrow, U.S. time, Eastern time, to continue painting this backpack. And the last thing I want to show you before I go eat is something really, really, really cool. So the last thing I want to show you is this. You've probably seen this already. And this is my new favorite friend here, is Baby Yoda, also known as the child, also known as Grogu. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? That's the new Baby Yoda animatronic toy. It is super cool. I love it. So yeah, we made healthy pasta, healthy vegetables. We only almost dropped the food a couple times. You saw the backpack I'm working on. I'll be back on tomorrow at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We made pasta, vegetables. So we're going to come on back tomorrow at 1 p.m. You saw Baby Yoda. This is my new, I keep wanting to say toaster. My new coffee maker, my new toaster. Those in kind of a vintage vibe. I don't think you can see the toaster too well, but it's kind of like a vintage vibe. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video, my stream, where I cook. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video, and bye!